Okay, all you drinkers across America, welcome back to another episode of Ron's Reviews with me, your host, Ron, the rat catcher Antonori, as we bring you Dogfish Head Craft Brewery's Slightly Mighty Low-Cal IPA. And for those of you out there that aren't familiar with Dogfish Head Craft Brewery, they are located in Milton, Delaware. This beer right here is a 4% ABV, 30 IBUs. So very, very low on the alcohol content. Coming in at only 95 calories and 3.6 carbs. So that right there brings it right out there with the Bud Lights, your Miller Lights, your Coors Lights, your Mick Ultras. So those of you out there that like to drink more of a light beer but still want something with some flavor, well, here we've got a light IPA. And a little history of Dogfish Head, of course, before we get into the beer. It was founded by Sam Calagione and opened in 1995. They produced 262,000 barrels of beer a year. Man, that's a lot. And they've grown astonishingly quick. 400% actually between 2003 and 2006. Dogfish Head Brewery is named after Dogfish Head, Maine, where founder Sam Calagione spent his summers as a child. And they announced in May of last year that they would be acquired by the Boston Beer Company. And the Boston Beer Company is Sam Adams, which is another great New England brewery. Well, we've got like I said, the Slightly Mighty. As you can see, we're gonna go ahead, pop it open. They say it's flavored, it's fruity and dry with some bitterness, but the mouthful allows you a light-bodied and lingering sweetness. You can definitely smell the hops on it, that's for sure. Go ahead and pour it out here for you. Perfect pour, of course, like always. Look at that. That's a nice, let me turn that around so you can actually see how clear that beer is. It's a very nice looking beer, nice head on it. It does smell pretty hoppy, but you're probably wondering, how does an IPA come at you with 95 calories and only 3.6 carbs? Pretty easy. They used an ancient Chinese delicacy, the monk fruit, and it is sweeter than sugar per ounce, but it also amplifies the body and complexity of beer, yet contains no calories. So the only calories are the calories from the beer itself. Whereas most IPAs start with a formidable malt to balance the hoppy bitterness with malty sweetness, Slightly Mighty goes about it a different way, all through the magic of the monk fruit. And most light beers are watery and lack body. As you can see, this one here does have body to it. But with the Slightly Mighty, the monk fruit essentially acts as the beer's skeleton on which mighty hop muscle and flavor can be built. It allows us to reduce the malt bill and avoid any unnecessary unfermented sugars and consistently deliver a beer that is lower in calories and carbs and perfectly balanced. The result is a hazy gold, as you can see, IPA that throws tropical notes of pineapple, coconut, mango, and citrus, all while delivering a hoppy aroma. And it definitely does have that hoppy aroma. We'll go ahead and give it a quick little taste test here and see if it lives up to the fruity flavors. You get a little bit of that, you get that hoppiness It's definitely more pronounced than what you would expect it to be. Not really getting much pineapple or coconut with it. Not even in the aftertaste. So maybe some people will pick up on those fruit essences a little bit more than what I am. I personally am not tasting it. The hop is coming out a little bit more pronounced. Maybe that is why. I'm not even smelling any of the fruit with it, actually. Well, maybe a light hint of some coconut there. But definitely not any, well, wait a minute. Well, on the back end, I mean, they're saying that you get the fruit and all in the front, but I'm getting it more in the back. The hop is what's taking over in the front whenever you first taste this beer. Not a big hop fan. The hops are fairly balanced, though. I mean, it's not extremely hoppy, like biting into the proverbial pine cone, as I always like to explain or, you know, categorize IPAs as. So it is pretty light drinking. It's definitely full of flavor. For a light beer. So if you've got any friends out there that like the Big Four or any type of light beer, but they want something that's not, I'd say, watered down like most commercially produced light beers are, steer them towards the Dogfish Head Brewing's Slightly Mighty. And let them know 4% ABV, so it comes in at a lower alcohol content than the traditional light beers. It's only got 30 IBU, so it's not too bitter. 95 calories, so it's about where you're going to find your Mick Ultras, your Bud Lights. You know, they're anywhere from 95 to about 100 calories. 3.6 carbs. I think it's right on point with like the Mick Ultras are right around the 3.6 carbs. So if someone's trying to watch their figure while they're drinking beer, which who does that? I mean, you're drinking beer because you like beer. I ain't, you know, me personally, I'm not worried about the carbs. I'm not worried about the calories. Some people do. Me personally, I could really care less about them. It doesn't affect whether or not I pick a beer to drink or not, because that is not what I'm worried about. I don't care about the calories. I don't care about the carbs. What I care about is the taste and the ABV. I prefer something that's a little higher in alcohol than 4%. 4% is great for when you're sitting around with your friends, you're outside grilling or cooking out, you're at the lake, you're at the river fishing, you're at the beach, you know, you're just hanging out, chilling with your friends, watching the game on the weekends, and you want to drink more than 1 or 2 beers, then definitely go for these lower ABV beers like this. Difference between Slightly Mighty and most low ABV beers is that this one actually has some flavor to it. It actually tastes like a beer instead of like you're drinking colored water. So anyone out there that has tried the Slightly Mighty, you like it? Let me know in the comments. If you didn't like it, once again, let me know in the comments. Let's talk beer. Let me know what you think about it. Are you a fan of Dogfish Head Brewing? Are you not a fan? Have you never heard of them? Have you never tried any of their beers? Some people have, some people haven't. And that's the purpose of this channel right here, and me giving you my reviews. It's what I think about these different beers, these different breweries. So I'm going to be bringing you a different beer, different brewery, every episode of Ron's Reviews. You can catch me on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos. You can find me on Instagram. This is going to be posted out on IGTV as well. Find me on Facebook, on Twitter, Pinterest. Be sure to follow me. Stay up to date with everything that's going on with drinking across America. Going to be rescheduling, going back to some breweries here shortly, seeing how states are starting to lift their stay-at-home orders. They're allowing these breweries to open. Some states are, some states aren't. So you want to stay tuned on all the news that's going on, all the happenings. You want to know where I'm going to be at. Check out my blog at theronantonori.com/drinking across America. I'll be writing blogs about where I'm going to be. I'll be going into more in-depth reviews of these beers, these breweries, giving you a little bit more history about both. So we're going to go ahead, finish up the Slightly Mighty, sign out, but not for long. And as always, friends, stay safe, but don't stay sober. And if you find yourself out drinking and driving at your favorite bar, restaurant, or brewery, don't try to drive home. If you've had too much, know your limitations. Call a friend, call a cab, call a ride share, Uber or Lyft. I prefer Lyft. The reason I prefer Lyft is because Lyft partners with not all your favorite breweries, but they do partner with a lot of breweries out there, offering both you and me, the guests, discounts for using Lyft to take us home. And you don't have to worry about the breweries taking your car, having you towed. No, that's not going to happen, man. These breweries are going to be glad to know that you took responsibility and did not drink and drive, because they want you to come back and enjoy all their beers just as much as I want you to come back and enjoy my reviews as much as I give them to you. So until next time, I'm going to go ahead and finish my Slightly Mighty low-cal IPA from Dogfish Head Brewing Company, and from me, your host, Ron Ratcatcher Antonori, right here at Drinking Across America. Until next time, saluti. Oh yeah, I'd give this like 1.5 pints up, just because it's a little too hoppy, not enough fruit flavor for me. But on that note, I'm going to wind on out, finish my beer up, and I'll be back next episode. So be sure to join me on Drinking Across America, Ron's Reviews.